market moves lower and gives us a solid 5 waves down. Have the bears taken back control? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market moved lower yesterday, breaking Monday's low and giving us what looks like a solid 5 waves down. It does look like the bears are trying to take back control, but the bulls aren't totally dead yet. I'll get into all that in just 1 second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the market moving lower yesterday, it does give us a solid 5-wave look to the downside, which is typical for a C wave. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And what we're looking at here is a pretty clean, clear 5 waves down. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is indicative of a C wave. You would expect to see a 5-wave move off the top here, as we do have from this high, you have an A, circle A right here to the low side, a circle B up, and now we're trying to complete the circle C wave down from here that would complete a bigger A wave. So if you scroll down here, you can see the circle C is down here at around the 3850 area, and this is where we would expect this move to end. So what we do have is an initial move down, what we call an initial move down for a C wave, where this is wave 1 of C. And it does look like they're trying to bounce up here in a wave 2 of C, where you get an ABC back up towards the 4,000 area. The 3980 to 4,000 area would be a solid retracement for a wave 2. And then you'd look for a move down from there in wave 3 that should be pretty strong and take us down toward the 3875 area, and then a 4-5 that takes us on down into the 3850 area to complete that wave A we saw at the bottom. So we're looking for a move down into this 3850 area, but we may see a short-term bounce back up towards 4,000 in wave 2 first to complete that move. Remember, yesterday we saw the move down. I told you we should probably get a 4-5 to complete, and that's what we saw. And now we should get an ABC up toward 4,000 to give us that wave 2. Now, there are a couple alternates to this. It is possible that this was wave 1 where this wave 3 is, and this was wave 2, and we're starting wave 3 down. But I don't like that count. The wave 3 is too short in the wave 1, and overall the 5 is too long as well. So it is possible that where this IV is actually wave 2, and we're already starting wave 3 to the downside. And that would become clear if they don't bounce it up to 4,000 and they move it directly through 3921. So if they give us a smaller bounce and then bring it down and break 3921, then we're already in wave 3. If not, we're looking for a bigger bounce up towards 4,000 and then a move down in wave 3 from there. So those are the bearish looks. The bulls aren't totally dead yet. They can still take it back up to the 4,060 to 4,100 range. In that case, what we'd be looking at off of the top is one of 2 scenarios. The first scenario would be that this is a running flat where you have an A, B, C. It comes down and basically makes a double bottom here, and then you see the move up towards 4,060 to 4,100 from there. So that is a possibility. A breakdown below this low and ultimately 3,900 would be a strong indication that that's not going to play out. Breaking this low doesn't necessarily invalidate it. Breaking 3,900 is pretty key for the bears. So if they can break down below the 3,900 area, then this running flat scenario is less likely. Another option we have is that this could be a big triangle where you have the A wave down, the B wave up. You'd want the C wave to come down and break this low right here, but not break the wave 4 low. So if it comes down into this 3920 area, this trend line here, and holds, that would be wave C. Then you'd look for a wave D, a wave E off the trend line, and then a move higher towards 4,100 to 4,150 at that point in a long running triangle, and then a breakout in 5. So you could get those 2 scenarios for the bulls, but those are less common scenarios here. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. If they break down and can't take out this low and then come back up and can't take out the high, the triangle becomes pretty likely as a scenario. But ultimately what we're looking for is one of the bearish scenarios to play out, given that we have 5 down off of this move. Okay, over on the NASDAQ. Okay, you have similar counts as you do on the ES, but the biggest difference is when the NASDAQ came down off of its high and then came back up, it did not come nearly as high as the ES. The ES almost took out its high over here, whereas the NASDAQ got nowhere near its high and was a pretty standard B wave retrace, and now looks like a pretty standard start to a C wave to the downside, which would be targeting 11,000 to 11,100 down here like that. So even if you looked at the running flat scenario on the NASDAQ, it would have to extend so much because generally A equals C that it would just be too low for it to be a wave 4. And in that case, we would be overlapping and then looking for a diagonal up, and then that would be a very unlikely pattern to play out. So I just don't see it that way. I see it more as the ABC down toward the 11,000 to 11,100 area before we see some support hold and then a bounce up toward the 13,000 area on the NASDAQ from there. So while it's not impossible for him to take it back up here, it certainly seems unlikely given the overall structure of the NASDAQ and the overall weakness it has showed to try to bounce back up to take out this high. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link and it'll take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, and become part of the trading team before you ever spend a penny, and you can cancel at any time. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, as well as a midday video where I go through exactly where we're at in the counts and the charts to let you know what has changed from the overnights. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trades that's so unique. It's something you have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account, and he trades it using mini ES futures averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We're looking for 2 potentials on the ES, a bounce up toward the 4,000 region, then a move down in wave 3 that would ultimately take out this low at 39.12, or a more direct move down where they take out 39.21 directly and then move through this low, which would indicate we're already in wave 3. It is possible for a bullish potential to play out, but I do think they're less likely. You would be looking for a running flat or a triangle in that instance. Over on the NASDAQ, this is the reason I think the bullish potentials are less likely to play out. The NASDAQ is relatively weak compared to the ES. It has a pretty standard AB setup in the start of a C wave down toward the 11,000, 11,100 area. And that's what we'd be looking for on the NASDAQ to follow through with. If they're able to take out this B wave high around 11,930, then it becomes likely we're looking at the 12,200 to 300 range. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.